Chaotically Nerdy is made by nerds for nerds. This podcast is made by adults for adults and children with bad parents. Adult language will be used and adult situations may arise. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Chaotically Nerdy. This week, joining me, Tyler, is...
Me, Jarrett.
Are you fucking...
And me, Ethan, whatever the hell that was.
Do you want to know what it reminded me of? The look on his face. I wish we were a video podcast.
Yeah.
But the look on your face reminded me of Matthew Mercer as the little fire guy, like the firebug dude. I think he actually says his name is me. Have you've seen that clip?
We showed you the clip, yeah.
Yes.
It's a really good clip. This week, we're going to talk about Baldur's Gate 3 changes to Warlock, which looks like there is considerably more than
Sorcerer.
the last few that we have done, actually, because Ranger, Rogue, and Sorcerer were all fairly short, and Paladin.
Yeah.
So, just coming in hot, Jarrett.
Hot and fresh out the kitchen.
I bet Jared's going to like talking about this, so he likes Warlock.
I do like Warlock. Multiple features from Hexblade have now been ported into Pact of the Blade. First and foremost, you can now use Charisma as your modifier for attacks made with your pack weapon. Want me to keep going?
No.
If you pronounce charisma correctly, yes.
Charisma.
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 It's a new Pokemon.
Sounds like a... You said new Pokemon. I was thinking shitty Middle Eastern country.
Oh, my goodness.
Welcome to Charisma. We shit in the street because our food is too spicy.
What did they add? What all did they add to the Pact of the Blade? Because I know they added the charisma thing, but
I believe martial weapon proficiency
with your pact weapon.
with your pack weapon.
Yes.
I think it was already there. And then medium armor proficiency. No,
It was armor proficiency. It was
but not shields. I don't remember.
but not shields. Yeah.
But Will has it because he's a human.
Human.
He has shield proficiency.
Oh, and it's me. Pact of the Chain does not allow your familiar to take the form of a pseudo-dragon.
I don't know why.
Because they didn't put it.
Yeah, they didn't want to put it in there.
Yeah.
That's literally I don't want to make that happen.
That's fair.
Ethan, you're up.
Back to the tome. Cantrips are locked on Guidance, Vicious Mockery, and Thorn Whip.
Whip.
Thorn Whip.
I'm kind of fine with that because you get, the best cantrip in the game.
What are you going to pick? Light?
I guess maybe like Firebolt or...
I guess.
But like, why? Because you're like, if you're taking back to home, you want like guidance.
Yeah. And you want to use your... Yeah, you don't want to use like Firebolt. Because you have Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
You're going to burst it. But Guidance is so...
Hey, I've located the title.
But these are good.
Eldritch Blast in Baldur's Gate 3.
Because if you wanted to do melee with this instead of Pact of the Blade, Thorn Whip's pretty good. But I don't know why you would not pick Pact of the Blade. Vicious Mockery is always a good choice. Yeah, and then Guidance is overpowered in Baldur's Gate 3. So
apparently, no, it's just we don't use it correctly.
Right, yeah, we just
You
don't.
should always have it on.
Yeah,
I just thought that was gaming the system.
Yeah.
But I guess it's not.
Apparently, we should just give
it
people...
is.
Well, before we roll, we should be like, hang on. Anybody going to guidance?
We just assume that if somebody has Guidance, we are rolling with an extra D4.
That's not true. We have had plenty of people that have had the opportunity to take guidance, and I feel like no one ever has used it.
That's because everybody doesn't think about it whenever they're rolling like the skill checks.
It kind of can bog down stuff, so I understand why.
Yeah.
Some people don't like it.
It's me, Mario. Spells gained by the Book of the Ancient Secrets Invocation are locked on Chromatic Orb, Ray of Sickness, and Silence. The invocation is also not selectable until you hit level 7. I don't know what spells they took away.
It's not they took away. You just got to pick.
You get to pick a...
I thought they were rituals.
Any wizard
weren't
spell?
No.
There's 3 ritual spells, wasn't it?
No, this is for invocation, not for the... It was for the Pact of the Tome that you got to pick ritual spells.
I thought ancient.
But the invocation lets you get extra cantrips on top of that. This invocation, I think.
No, I think you have that backwards. The tome lets you get the extra invocations, and I thought this one let you pick 3 ritual spells to add to your
Maybe you're right.
list.
You might be right, yeah.
So that it's just a weird. But I guess that's
Either
because
way,
a lot of,
they don't really do ritual spells.
that's probably why.
Yeah.
And it's also selectable at level 3 when you get Pact of the Tome.
It says choose
I think so.
choose
Maybe the
2
one.
first level spells that have the ritual tag from any class's spell
Yeah,
list.
that's what it was.
Yeah.
They don't need to be from the same list either. So it's literally just to keep you from having too many options, I guess.
No, it's just because they don't do ritual spells in this game
Ah, that makes more sense.
that I know of. That's not like
I haven't seen any.
I'm trying to think of something that would be considered a ritual, but I can't think of it.
There's no identify.
Yeah, no identify, no detect magic, no scrying, such
Right.
and such.
No augury.
Yeah.
Jarrett.
Added deepened pact feature automatically granting you improvement to your pact at level 5.
I
keep
think
going?
that continues.
Yeah, okay. Blade pact holders gain extra tech, so they get not thirsting blade, is it? It basically takes the place of an invocation you would take anyway as pact of the blade.
There's so many fucking invocations.
I can't remember.
Figure out which one it
I
is.
think it's thirsting blade. And then the pact of the chain familiar also gains an extra attack, and then pact of the tome warlocks can cast animate dead, haste, and call lightning once per long rest.
By the way, I just want you to know you were correct. It was Thirsting Blade.
I couldn't remember. Well, there's like that one. There's like, I think Life Drinker is still a thing.
I still think that this ought to be per short or long rest.
Oh, the tome part.
Yeah, that's not.
Nah,
I mean,
man,
that
it's
wouldn't
fine.
be game breaking.
They get so few spell slots to begin with. To compare to other casters, so much more of it needs to be based
I
on
think
your short rest.
they just kind of assume everybody, like what everybody assumes is that you're not using spells. You're using Eldritch Blast.
Blares.
Yeah. Because
you machine gun those Eldritch Blasts and it's super good.
yeah,
so.
like to be honest, Warlock is just a ranger with a spell bow.
Yeah.
It just goes. Eldritch Blast is a bow, and it's
But just finger gun central.
yeah. It just does. It does the same thing. Yeah.
I have such a funny story about finger guns.
Oh, I thought you were gonna. Okay.
I saw a TikTok that a guy, like, they ask a question. If you could have any 5 liquids come out of your 5 different fingers, what would you choose? And they went through and he was like, pinky would be like something, he's like thumb, gas. Cause that's just easy to get into your,
I agree.
like, into your gas tank.
Yeah.
You just put your thumb in and please don't act like you're drinking gas from your thumb.
No, I would be like water would be like.
I thought
that.
you were huffing it.
like.
He's like, then he said, like, pinky's kind of like indecisive. He's like, I've heard a lot of good things and a lot of bad things. Somebody said detergent was stupid. I think it's smart. That's what he said. He's like, because you never have to buy laundry detergent again.
I guess,
He said,
sure.
your 2 middle fingers, you pick, whatever your choice is. Like if you drink soda, whatever, pick for 1 finger. And then he's like, for me, it'd be Coke. My middle finger would be rum, constant rum and Cokes. So I'm just hammered all the time. And then he said, for my pointer finger, semen. Because that way, every time I hit somebody with finger guns, just blast them right in the face. You brought this on us. I just want you to know that.
I don't think I had a part in that.
You brought up finger guns, and
I don't think
ADHD brain was like, I know something about finger guns.
Can we move on?
Yes, we can. And you're up.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Your choices of Mystic Arcanum are limited to Circle of Death, Arcane Gate, Eye Bite, Flesh to Stone, and Create Undead.
I haven't looked, but I'm gonna assume it's because most of those other ones are probably
They're
not usable
They're not in the game.
or not in the game, or
Yeah.
like wouldn't work or something to that effect.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I would.
I know that Create Undead is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those mummies are crazy. Crazy good.
And then next up is you again, Ethan.
Oh, good. You cannot use Warlock spell slots to cast spells gained from non-Warlock levels unless you are out of non-Warlock spell slots. Furthermore, you also cannot use non-warlock spell slots to cast warlock spells unless you're out of warlock spell slots. Seems to be a bug.
I'm saying I don't remember that. I don't know if I ever tried it with Will as a warlock Palladian sorcerer.
So you don't know that you ever tried to cast a spell.
Yeah,
that
or
wasn't
if
a
I ever
warlock
know,
spell.
because again, not doing a whole lot of spell casting, doing a lot of Eldritch blasting.
It breaks the whole idea of the
Coffee lock.
yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Sure.
But it's not bad. It's not a bad thing. It's okay.
It's not a bad thing, but if it's just a bug, fix it, because you
okay
should
thing.
be able to use any spell for whatever spell you have available.
Not necessarily
Ideally.
true.
Jarrett.
The Archfey patron. I was trying to think of the word. I was like patron.
I thought you were trying to figure out how to say beguiling.
Now, beguiling defenses does not reflect the charm attempt back at the attacker, instead simply giving you immunity to the charm. I mean, I don't know why they would.
That's probably more of a easier to do.
Probably.
Just
That
make
makes
it to
sense.
where you're immune instead of casting charm on that person as well.
Sure.
I don't think that's a terrible change, but it's not a good change either.
Archfey didn't need to change too much anyway. It was already fairly good.
And then I'll read the great old one changes.
The goo warlock.
The goo.
Yep.
Awakened Mind is replaced by Modal Reminder. When you land a critical hit against a creature, that creature and any nearby enemies are frightened until the end of their next turn. Well, that's good. I like frightened.
Which is actually better
Is it?
because the frightened gives them disadvantage.
If they attack you and they
Yeah.
can't move closer to you. Yeah. Third level expanded spells, Clairvoyance and Sending, are replaced with Bestow Curse and Slow.
Also better.
I mean, Bestow Curse is whatever.
But slow.
Slow is
Yeah,
good.
slow's good.
Yeah,
but these are also probably changed because of
Well, yeah, sending
The
you
game.
can- yeah.
There's no point.
There's two unusable spells, essentially.
Bestow Curse can be really good
It's just upgraded hex.
against certain things.
It's just upgraded hex, but it requires a check to get the
Yeah.
it to stick.
Gotcha. Jarrett.
The Fiend. Magical and silver weapons no longer bypass the resistance granted to fiendish resilience. Is that supposed to happen?
I don't remember.
I don't remember that.
I would not have ruled it as such.
Yeah. All right.
I'm looking
Look at
now.
it.
You
All right,
keep
and
reading.
5th level expanded spell, level spell, Hollow, or Hallow, whatever, is replaced with Code Occult. So that's like just a direct.
Well, hello is not something you can really.
Yeah.
I
But
don't
it's
think
also.
I could
So hang on.
conceive of it being good in the game.
So the first thing you get fire resistance, right? Is that what the first?
No. So actually, Fiendish Resilience, you get to choose one damage type when you finish a short or long rest. You gain resistance to that damage type until you choose a different one. Damage from magical weapons or silver weapons, ignore the resistance.
I never read that.
I
part.
never. I guess that's there to. It just says any damage type, right?
Yeah.
That is there to get bypass you picking like bludgeoning, slashing, or piercing damage. I guess.
Well, it's saying that in Baldur's Gate 3,
Yes.
magical and silver weapons don't bypass it.
So you
I
could
know.
just pick bludgeoning.
I'm saying
Piercing,
that you
slashing.
read that from.
Okay.
I read that from D&D Beyond.
So I'm saying in tabletop, that's why they have that. So you don't have resistance to
Yeah.
magical piercing, slashing, the magical,
Blashing?
yeah, piercing, slashing, and bludgeoning. In Baldur's Gate, they're like, we don't give a fuck if you have resistance to
Well, and that's probably also easier to
that. 'Cause
code.
I don't think that exists.
Instead of
outside of-
coding a magical weapon,
I guess, as far as I
hits,
know,
but this one doesn't.
Right.
Silver weapons don't exist, right? As far as I know.
No.
I think there's one.
There are silver weapons.
I mean, but
they
like
say
the-
specifically they are silver.
Oh, do they?
Like it's in the title, like silver.
Oh, well, yeah, that's the Githyanki stuff.
Yeah.
And the thing you
I
make
don't know if it
and
has-
if you make the weapon in the small forge, not the big forge.
Yeah.
If you make the weapon in the small forge in the Goblin Town, you can get a silvered one.
Oh, okay, sure. And like, really, the only thing I don't mean after like level like fucking 2, you're not gonna have non-magical weapons.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah.
I guess that's just. I mean,
Well, it's there just because it's easier to code whenever you're fighting an enemy that doesn't have a magical weapon.
There's
A lot of them don't have specifically using a weapon. They have their damage is rolled out based on the character that the NPC settings, not based on the what weapon they're using. Now their inventory is different once they die,
but we learned something. I didn't know that was a thing.
I did not know it was a thing either. I also would have been like, meh, whatever, just keep resisting.
It's so much easier to keep up with that way.
Yeah,
instead of being like, oh well. I
think
pushes up glasses. I have a silver weapon, so you actually take the full damage.
Yeah. It's not. No, it's no fun being a rules lawyer like that anyway. Well, it might be fun for them, but everyone else hates you.
I feel like hate's a strong word, but I mean, it's not the wrong word.
Annoyed. Annoyed is the correct word.
It is annoying. It's annoying when people get to attach the rules when the very beginning of every player's handbook says, basically, these are just guidelines.
Yeah.
You know,
it says these are guidelines.
Yeah, and whoever is running the game has the ultimate control of the game and the rules. Because it says right there at the beginning of every player's handbook, no matter what edition it is, that it's supposed to be fun, despite the fact 4th edition not being fun.
Which, here's the thing, too, though. Giving complete control to some people is a terrible thing.
That's on you for playing with that person.
Well, I mean,
Jamie
it is.
had complete control of a game. It'd be awful.
There's a lot of people that get together with their friends and have never, I wouldn't say a lot, but there's probably people out there
There's a lot of people.
Get together with their friends and have never played D&D before. Yeah. And one person says, yeah, I'll DM it. And they read that line and go, yeah. And just fuck over everybody else's table.
Made a terrible choice.
And now those people are going to say, I'm never playing D&D again.
Well,
which I hate.
It is a problem because I have someone let it loose, and it was not me. That I DM and I play Dungeons and Dragons, and now people come in to the shop.
Oh,
they've been doing this for like a year and a half.
See, I don't have that. I
ask you to DM.
No, they want to talk to me.
Oh,
no. The major problem is they want to tell me about their character and like their character that they've never played.
Oh, their just idea of their character.
Their ideas of characters. They've like rolled out all the stats and everything. They want to tell me about all their backstory and stuff. And I'm like,
I don't care.
I'll kill it in 2 sessions. And I won't care how much you cry about it.
Yeah.
But
I mean, the
other problem is I have people come in and they want to tell me about their campaign that they're DMing and how someone screwed it up.
Yeah.
And if you have somebody screwing up your campaign, you're DMing incorrectly.
Yeah, you should be able to DM around that.
Yeah.
I have had several players attempt to screw up my campaign.
Well, yeah. But did it work?
No,
because you don't allow it.
I would go, no, that didn't work.
Because you don't allow it. It's not that you say, well, you can't do that because it's going to mess up my campaign. You find a way around it and screw us over.
Yes.
In the process.
Through the role play and through the combat. It's through the things happening in the world. I didn't expect to keep him for long. Let me be honest. Okay. But these other people, they're messing up my game because they're ruining the story that I want to tell.
You're not running a game. You're trying to trying to
write a book.
You're trying to write a book.
Write a book. And then it's like, well, then they killed the big bad. Whatever. Like they killed my big bad. So if they killed your big bad, you did it wrong. You did the story wrong. You let them do that. 2, they also come back and they say, well, then I punish them by sending against something stronger immediately. Sending in something stronger, like ridiculous. And they always use a Tarrasque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody does.
Yeah, it's always a Tarrasque. And I'm like, well, that's just lazy and boring and obviously bullying and mean.
Yeah. You've got your big bad in mind. Yeah. Guess what? They killed your big bad too fast. Oh, shit. He was working for somebody else.
Let's say here's his evil twin brother that's way stronger than
right
with a goatee.
And he just busts in the door. Brother!
Well, you killed Jared. Now it's his brother Herod, who's like twice as big.
I expected Garrett.
I also expected Garrett.
No,
it's with a D.
Jared.
He said Jared.
Jared,
Jared.
and Herod.
Well, he pointed at me,
He kind of.
No, I was like,
gestured.
I was like that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
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 Like,
But
I did expect Garrett.
yeah.
the point of being
Gerard.
a DM and then having your own rules and stuff like at your table or whatever, it's not so that you can win. Because you're going to win anyway if everyone's having fun. Because
Exactly.
that is the point of being a dungeon master, of running the game, is that everybody has fun.
Well, the only time it's ever adversarial is like, I guess, in combat. It's supposed to be, but like that's just.
But even then, your point isn't to win.
Yeah, it's
not,
like
not necessarily.
It's like bookkeeping.
Yeah. Your
Yeah.
point is to arbitrate.
Yeah, you're an arbiter,
You're the arbiter.
adjudicator.
Yep. So why then would you keep that rule? Like let them be resistant.
Yeah.
It's not going to ruin your campaign.
It shouldn't.
No, the flying
Half
thing
damage.
from the sorcerer episode, right?
Yeah.
That's not going to ruin your campaign.
No,
Or it shouldn't.
it shouldn't. It might,
Let them
but it shouldn't.
have fun.
All right.
Because that is the
Let them
name
think
of
they're
the
having
game.
fun at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So that will wrap up the Warlock episode. There really wasn't a whole lot of changes to that either.
No.
Oh, I guess that doesn't wrap it up. Any changes we would keep?
I have to look at him again.
I don't really think there. I think most of it was changes to make the game.
Technically, I did make a change that is, in my game, I have literally taken the Hexblade part and put it on Pact of the Blade.
Oh, gotcha.
So I have already done that.
Yeah. But then you could use that to ramp up Hexblade even more by allowing them to use any armor.
I did it literally just to like decouple, make Hexblade not a easy one level dip.
yeah.
You have to take two or three.
Three levels.
Yeah.
You take 3 levels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 3.
To get your pact. So
Anything you'd keep from the changes? Like I said, though, I think most of these changes were to make the game work.
I think that the old one are really good changes. I think
goo?
that the Pact of the Old One is yeah. I think those are really good changes. I don't because the Great Old One in the player's handbook is very like it's very much based around like role play stuff
Yeah.
and like manipulating people and stuff like that, which can be fun. But I mean, just tack these things onto it. Don't take the others away. Just tack these things onto it so that you get. It's like the assassin rogue, right? You get your RP stuff and you get your combat stuff, so that you're functional in both worlds,
Yeah.
which is a good thing. Being multifaceted is obviously always better, and I don't think it breaks it.
It's pretty important to be multifaceted, honestly,
Yeah.
in life and in the game.
Yeah, let them have the Clanvoran sending bestow curse and slow.
Yeah.
I don't see why.
I don't think that would hurt anything.
Yeah.
All right.
I think beguiling defense is not one I would keep.
Gotcha.
Yeah. The reflecting thing is kind of cool. In fact, I would expand the Archfey, if it were me, to actually reflect more types of spells, maybe all enchantment spells. Be able to reflect them all back.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting. That'd be harder to keep up with, possibly.
No, I don't think so. It'd be just as difficult as keeping up with any of your spell types from like the wizard schools.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. Use the link in the description below, and you can find more of us there. We appreciate you.
Bye.
Deuce.
Adios.